Good morning. The time is 9:30 a.m. September 1st, 2021. The news headline: Possible reason why bandits are operating less in southeast compared to northern regions. The news info: Bandits have terrorized many parts of Nigeria for over 8 months. They are responsible for the death of over 300 people. However, they have operated less in the southeastern part of Nigeria, where compared to the northern region. The southeastern states that have suffered more from bandits are Ebonyi and Enugu, and that's because these states share common boundaries with Benue, one of the states where bandits have established multiple hideouts. The reason why bandits attack are not much in the southeastern region when compared to the north could be because of the large landmass to establish a good hideout. The 5 eastern states have a smaller landmass when compared to northern states, so it will be very difficult for bandits to successfully establish a large hideout that will be hard to track down. Let's look at the situation of the Eastern Security Network. For example, the police and army have had multiple successes in discovering their hideouts in the bushes, and that's probably because it is easier to search the southeastern states. From observations, bandits love to operate in states that have a large landmass, so it would be difficult for anyone to track them. One of the Niger Islamia students, Issa, who recently regained freedom after 88 days in captivity, said that they trekked for about 4 days before they reached the hideout of their abductors. This proves that bandits love to establish hideouts in places with very large landmass. It will be very difficult for bandits to abduct over 50 persons in the south region and work with them for 4 days without being noticed. Ebonyi and Enugu states have suffered attacks from bandits more than other southeastern states, and it could be because bandits are taking advantage of the common boundary they share with Benue, a state that has experienced multiple attacks from bandits. The time is 9:33 a.m. The analysis: There has been an overlooked border that gives way for arms, bandits, and death, according to the cable NG. From Sabon Bini local government area in Sokoto, the cable once set out for Gudanrumji, which happens to be a suburb of Maradi region in Niger, passing a notorious path where smugglers enter Nigeria with ease. And that is because of the lax security in that area. And unlike Nigerians' other borders in Cross River with Cameroon and in Lagos with Benin Republic, where there is a major entry and exit route, all that exists along that border with Niger are forests and swathlands, most of which are covered by immigration officers and security agents operating under border drill, which is a patrol team manning the border. Now, according to locals, the path stretching about 130 km from Sabon Bini to Gidanrumji is notorious for both bandits and smugglers, including a suspected drug dealer that was recently arrested with about 1 billion naira worth of cocaine. Now, it is a safe haven for those dealing in illicit trade. A resident called Musa Dambura said that once you cross the border to this road, it is like crossing a zero none. So most of the villages raided by armed groups were mostly at the borders between Nigeria and Niger. And we have noticed that after attacking villagers in Nigeria, the bandits will return to these routes that are accessing Niger for their escape. Now you will see them going far into Nigeria's territory. About 6.14 million small arms are in the hands of civilian non-state actors in Nigeria. There is 10 times more than the 586,600 firearms which the armed forces and law enforcement agency collectively account for, according to the Lagos-based SBM intelligence. Now, although sometimes ago the cable could not trace the amount of those arms that are smuggled into the country from Niger, but the SBM intelligence noted that how Nigeria's porous border facilitates the sourcing of weapons from countries bordering northern Nigeria. Now, Oluwole Ojewale, a regional coordinator for Central Africa at the Institute for Security Studies, told the cable sometimes ago that the country is experiencing the influx of criminal terrorist groups from other parts of West Africa who have suddenly found an abode in Nigeria. Now, newspaper pages in Nigeria are often awash with reports of bandit attack in communities in northwest and north central. And the cable found out that the border communities which are most vulnerable to such attacks really makes the headline. Now, with a population of roughly 1,500, many households in Tangaza, a border community in Tangaza local government area of Sokoto, have come under attacks. A perfume seller at a local store shared his run-in with bandits one evening in January after closing business for the day. A handful of gunmen emerged from the nearby bush to attack him. He said he attempted to escape, but one of them used a piece of wood and landed it on his head, and they kept on hitting him until he fell on the ground. Now, after another unsuccessful attempt to escape, he was forced to join other residents that had been taken hostage, and they were then forced into the bush, from where they journeyed all night, stopping only once to get some sleep and never encountering security operatives. That Hamza was freed, and his family paid about 170,000 naira, because they charged them 100,000 naira, but they could only afford 70,000 naira. Now, the southern part of the country, according to a writer that the Prince says that they are not experiencing banditry compared to the northern regions, just because there is differences in their land mass. The southern part of the country has a low mass that would not allow the bandits to have secured hideouts. You have to walk days before you can get to their hideout. Unlike the southern part of the country where they have a smaller mass, and that is why the police and army are able to burst into the eastern security networks hideouts to capture them over many periods of time. The time is 9:38 a.m. Good morning.